Welcome to an edition of the Wondery Podcast.
I'm Brian.
And I'm interrupting.
You can find us online at tiktok.com/Wonderberry.
Yeah. You can find me on YouTube at Open Darkwing.
And you can find me, right now, mostly just doing the Wonderberry stack.
It's ice up there and pouring rain down here, Brian.
Yep.
The giant Midwest winter storm that is threatening the lives of millions has arrived.
Yeah. You know what I realized today?
It's honestly no joke. What's up?
There's a difference between freezing rain and frozen rain, and we have frozen rain.
Yes. Yes.
It hurt. I walked outside and I got hit with ice coming from the sky, and I was like, "Oh, you're new."
And it's not hail. It's like little miniature icicles falling from the sky.
Yep.
They hit, they melt, and they refreeze.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Everything here has a literal sheet of ice on it. It's amazing.
Oh, that's disgusting.
But I walked all the way to the shop and didn't fall, so I'm at 2 whole days. At 2 whole days of having my injury counter be at 0. So I'll see if I make it the whole day today.
You know, you shouldn't have said that, because you know what's going to happen now, right?
Dave, I had well over 2 weeks straight where it was not off of 0. I am taking a win on a day and a half. Day and a half is a win. That's a win. That's a big win.
No, that honestly, it really is.
Yeah. How you doing?
Oh boy, I'm doing good.
You're old,
actually. Yeah,
You're old now.
I'm old. Turned 40
feel?
in between episodes. Well, kind of like I did before.
Feel like, get the hell off of my lawn.
Well, I think I told this at my birthday party, but I'll tell it again here. A lot of people have that moment in time where they suddenly feel old, and then that's the point where it kind of changes for them. A lot of people that was for on 40, but for me, I want to say about 8 or 9 years ago, my cousin invited me to he was getting married. He invited me to his wedding to be one of his groomsmen. So I show up, and every other bridesmaid groomsman is in their like real early 20s, like 20, 21, maybe 22. Like half of the wedding party table couldn't legally drink yet. So that I was like, okay, I feel a little older. And then I'm sitting there and I'm kind of enjoying myself, and my grandparents are there, my aunts and uncles, and I was thinking we're having conversations. And then it dawned on me that outside of my own weddings, and I'll say 2 because at that point I've been married twice. I'm still only married twice, by the way, but I've been married twice. So outside of my own weddings, the last time that I was in a wedding party was his parents' wedding. I was a ring bearer, which means I am now old enough to span a generation in being in a wedding party. And that was the moment that I felt old.
Nice.
So turning 40 really didn't do too much other than a lot of friends came over that I hadn't seen in a long time. And you guys, it was awesome to have you guys all over.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to see you. Always.
I don't think I really felt any different either. I'm a couple months into 40 already, but and the only thing I've noticed now is that like people are more they seem like they're more willing to be like, "Oh, you're old." At 40, like 39 was like, "Oh, you're fine." And then I hit 40 and it's like, "Oh, you're old."
The biggest difference between 39 and 40 is everyone else talking about how old you feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was talking to my doctor about she asked how my vasectomy went. And I was like, "Oh, it was okay. It like took me a little longer to heal than what he originally expected, And she goes, "Well, you're not as spry as you used to be." And
Oh
I was like,
boy.
it's like you bitch, you just called me old. It's like,
Yep.
where do I find a new doctor?
Oh man. Yeah, no, it's not bad overall. I mean, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't take long. I was still cleaning stuff up afterward. I was still, nothing day to day changed.
Yeah.
It's just another number for me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll go on like that for a while. I now understand why like my mom, because I made a big deal when she turned 40. I bought her like a tombstone that said better over the hill than under it and all this stuff. Now I understand the looks that she was giving me and why.
Yep. Yeah, because we're like, I don't feel old. Oh God, maybe I feel old. Stop calling me old.
Well, the trick is to completely destroy your body in your teens and early 20s, and then you'll feel way old all the time.
Dave. I just told you I had 2.5 weeks of my injury counter at 0. I'm not done destroying my body yet.
Dude, I sneeze and my back goes out for 3 days.
Yeah. I don't. I was telling Kirsty this the other day too about my injury counter. I don't actually have one up, but I like keep a running tally in my head.
You
And
should.
I know I need one. I mean, here's my idea: is I want to have one that's attached to the first aid kit. So I have a first aid cabinet on the wall with the injury counter above it, and have that run digitally so that it resets automatically whenever I open the first aid
Yeah.
cabinet. That way, if you open the first aid cabinet, injury counter gets reset. Like, just have an automatic ticker that does it.
Yep.
But I don't reset it unless there's blood or a broken bone. So
Oh, that's funny.
and it was good 2.5 weeks. I lost track of how long it was, like just in a row. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
did you make an omelet yet?
Nope. Are you kidding? I haven't had time for shit, man.
40. Take it takes you an hour to get up out of bed.
Dude, so yeah, right. So Sunday, we had Monica and Dave come back over, and then they kind of hung out for a while and they left, and we just kind of sat around and recuperated from the weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then Monday rolls around and the kids don't have to go to school because of President's Day. So I was like, all right, kids are home. I'm not getting this thing out because I don't want them going, ooh, cool, look, a new pan we can destroy. So I skipped out of doing it on Monday and instead recorded today's flight sim video and started some of the kind of pre-edits for it, like kind of getting some basic stuff chopped out, getting all the stuff that I want to get recorded, all the angles and all that.
Yeah.
Then yesterday was Tuesday, right? No, what
Sure.
is today? Holy shit, what is today?
Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. Okay, so yesterday I finished editing it and pulled out all the stuff to get ready for Alice's room, which was the catch-all room for a while. But tomorrow we're buying her a mattress so that she can upgrade from kind of a smaller mattress to a larger mattress, in going from in the corner of our room to her own room and all that. So I pulled all that stuff out, organized, took trash out, all that stuff, and finished up editing and uploaded yesterday. And then today has been running around, had to get one of the kids from school because they were sick. I had meds to go grab, groceries to go grab. Like, I've literally sat down here for 10 minutes today, and that's since we pretty much started recording. So no, I have not made an omelet yet.
We're gonna do it.
I will make an omelet soon, though, I'm sure.
We're gonna do it, but we should record it.
Yeah,
Dave's,
I should probably record.
progress.
You know what we need to do at some point is we need to live stream one of these.
No.
Live stream a Wonderberry recording, and not necessarily when we're together or anything. Just like, even if it's just up Discord.
I think we could do that.
Oh no, I can do it really easily. You just run a video off on the Discord. I build up the screen to have my picture and then you in Discord, and I live stream it. It's really easy to do.
Better yet, since I rebuilt all of our project into Reaper, Reaper has a side program called Ninjam, Ninjam, for online collaborative projects. I wonder if we could stream live video out of Reaper with the real-time processing using their collaborative software.
I don't know if you have the bandwidth to run that.
My internet's been holding on pretty good. Except for today. It's a little spotty today. But
Yeah,
everything's covered in ice.
Yeah.
That'd probably be something where I'd have to send you the file and you host it and I just call in.
Yeah. It looks like I would still have to route it through something else, though. It does not look like Ninjam will stream broadcast.
Oh yeah,
we can all get together and do stuff, but then the stream broadcast.
Yeah. But from there, we could just OBS out the video window.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to do anyway. So why would we be doing the other?
So we have the real-time oscilloscope on our background.
I have that already with OBS.
Oh, you're doing that in OBS?
Yeah.
I thought you were doing that in Resolve.
No, I was trying to do it in Resolve, but the rendering of doing it in Resolve was twice as long as just running it through OBS and letting it record real time. It's running into the same bottleneck of you taking over. It's going to be running into is it's still faster for you to upload, me download, run it through OBS, me re-upload to give it to you to do the post processing on the video side for rendering.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy with an hour and a half for what we're getting.
Yeah, but it takes me and that's for me though. It's it is the time is a big thing for me. So I was like, it takes me an hour to get the oscilloscope up in OBS. It takes me 10 minutes to trim the ends to do what I need to do in Resolve It takes 11 minutes to export it. So in an
So,
hour and 20 minutes, I'm getting it all through.
yeah, but I'm at an hour and 30 minutes and I'm doing the
Yes. Now.
Vorbis, the
Yep.
the YouTube video and the shorts.
No. You're doing better than what I would have done. Yes.
Yeah. And doing it in one process as long as I have everything right.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure I could get that time down in Resolve if I were to do a different system, which I've kind of quasi looked into, but
Yeah.
as it stands, I have a lot more projects that I'm dipping my fingers and toes in, and you offered to take over this one, so I said, okay, not a problem.
Yeah. I
I will tune in, I will talk, and then let you do the rest. And
I
we
also
always
think
have, and I'm not getting rid of any of my templates, which means if something were to happen and you need me to do it for a week or whatever,
mhm,
I have, just make sure you keep the Reaper templates up to date that you use
yeah,
in the because I'll just use that. That's not a problem.
yeah. I think you would have more ability to cut out more processing time than I do. Like I've already cut out as much as I could. But
Yeah,
I'm
and I haven't started streamlining anything. I was doing everything
yeah,
manually.
yeah.
I'm sure if I decided to streamline, I know of at least 3 ways that I could streamline it even quicker. But it's, it comes down to time management, and you offered, so yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. And I think I've got it where I can literally just drop our audio files in out of Craig
Yeah.
and then hit
And then
render.
you just
Well,
you just have to go through and mark for the cutouts for TikTok.
yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and figure out the YouTube shorts too. I need to get on and look at that and see what the difference is. I don't see why we shouldn't be doing that too.
Yeah, I don't see, hang on. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to do that. I hadn't even gotten that far yet. I really need to start doing that for my own stuff at some point, but
Mhm.
let's see, content. Do we have to do something special for shorts?
Mhm.
I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I need to figure it out too, because I need to do that for Open Darkwing. Whenever I start actually doing stuff that shorts would be a part of.
Yeah, just pull some random clips out of your long videos,
Yeah.
little promotional
Well,
things. Be like, oh, look at this great part of this video. You should watch the whole thing.
and I think at some point as well, here soon, hopefully next month, I'm gonna go back to doing at least one live stream a week.
Cool. That'd be
Which
good.
with OBS, I'm gonna use Buffer. And then there's another really cool so there's a cool tool. So Buffer will allow you can hit kind of like take a buffer, and it keeps X amount of seconds in a buffer so that you can just, if you come across a clip of a moment or whatever, you push the button and it will save the last 15 20 seconds or whatever of time, as long up until you hit the button.
Nice.
Then there's a way that you can do that. There's a plugin for OBS that you preset beforehand, making it for vertical, so that you can just hit one button to buffer and it will auto reshuffle everything around for vertical so that you can send it directly from there to TikTok.
Hmm.
And you don't have to do any post editing whatsoever,
That's
which is
pretty neat.
kind of insane. Yeah, I love some of the stuff that people are doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We still need to look at how to feed you a video signal that'll we can merge into a single output video feed so we can stream together, play some stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit more tricky. But I think there's a couple of ways we could do it.
Yeah. I think we can do it. We can pull it off. If anybody could do it, it's us. The
Yeah, I mean,
people that record a podcast on their phones.
If worse comes to worse, you just share your screen on Discord and I can pull it straight from that.
Yep.
That's still a bit janky.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, do you pay for the premium Discord?
No.
No. Okay. So you would be stuck with whatever the default is that way. And
Well,
NDI, you do not have the bandwidth to run OBS NDI.
What is it?
So NewTek NDI integration in OBS. NDI allows you to transmit video and audio from OBS to NDI and then NDI back down to OBS. But it has problems. Like, so for example, I would use that if I had a secondary computer for streaming and I did not have a capture card. I could run everything through OBS on my gaming computer and then transmit it to a streaming computer for output. The problem is that the bandwidth that it uses for the buffer size up and down on each side is too much for Wi-Fi to handle.
Jeez.
Statically. So like they're like, 90% of problems you're going to run into is going to be a Wi-Fi problem. So I don't even know what it would do to your internet. Or if anyone's ever broadcast it over the internet before. I mean, I'm sure they've tried, but yeah. The other thing we could do too is I could build my own private RTMP server, have you broadcast to that, and then I pull it and throw it all in. But I don't know. I guess there is a NDI bridge. But that requires a dedicated graphics card. But yeah, it's a network device interface is what it is. It's a high performance standard, allows anyone to use real-time ultra low latency videos for IP video networks. But like it's really spectacular, it's really awesome. But man, does it eat bandwidth like crazy. Yeah, NDI remote. Securely connect multiple remote contributors to receive video and audio over the internet by shipless by sharing a link. Only available for Windows. I might play around with this and see how much it takes. Because this would be one way of doing it. It'd be one way of doing it.
Yeah.
but it's going to require at a minimum 6 gigs of RAM and a dedicated NVIDIA or Intel GPU. And at least 1 gigabit Ethernet or better. So I don't know if that requires the gigabit for internet or not. But at least for actual physical or networking, it requires gigabit.
Huh. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yep. It utilizes full HD signal needs 125 megabits. So what do you have? What's your internet speed? Up.
The other day I was probably right around that. I know today it's a little slow. I was between like 120 to 150.
Because it's going to need 125 outside of anything else that you're doing. So that's outside of Discord as well. That's just dedicated.
So we'd have to do it on a good day.
I'll find a different solution. I got some ideas.
Oh, it won't show me because I'm not on my Wi-Fi. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
How much do I need? I wonder if I could run an RTMP server locally. And what do I need? How much? What are my requirements here? Because if I can run it in a VM on my QNAP server, then that would be fine. Minimum 2 gigs of RAM, disk space. Oh, I could do this. So the other thing we could do is I could just fire up and run an RTMP server here. You connect to it through OBS like you would stream to anything else, and then I just pull the video feed from that as a input on my end.
We can do that.
Because it is an open source, open streaming platform. So yeah, I could do it. Whether or not it's a good idea to, I don't know, but I could do it. How much RAM is on Loki? Hang on, let me go look at my now. Now I have to figure out how much RAM is on my server. And yes, my server's name is Loki.
Holy cow!
Well, I have weird names.
No, I was just
Sue me.
The wind picked up and it sounded like it was ripping the roof off of the shop. Yeah, I'm sitting in the shop again at my fancy new workbench. I've been doing a lot of revamps in here and like building a bunch of new tool holders and stuff.
Yeah.
And starting to look really nice, like where everything's hung up and
that's good.
Up. Yeah. And I thought I'd tell a joke about like doing some carpentry stuff, but I didn't think it would work.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Brian. uh,
What?
yeah. What? Well, this is interesting. Yeah, so my server's name is Loki, my laptop's name is Atlas, and my desktop's name is Hal. Oh, Jesus, you haven't loaded up yet? What's wrong with you?
Mine just have like generic letters as their names.
Yeah, I wanted to remember my stuff a little bit better. Oh, good. I'm glad that malware sweep is complete.
I don't.
How
I
much
don't want to
RAM is-
name the robots yet.
Oh, I'll name the robots. I mean, it's coming. It's coming fast.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I was talking about cutting wood. I was cutting wood yesterday, and I went out and I just cut all the wood without like before Christy came out to help. So I was cutting. And I was like, "What do you want to split it?" So she split all the wood, and then she took it all in the house. And I was like, "Yeah, I think I'd rather cut all the wood myself. I don't want her using the saw and losing a limb. 'Cause, God, I would be I would be pissed if she got a cybernetic limb before me."
Dude, that'd be funny. I would laugh my ass off if she got a cybernetic limb before you did.
I would be irate.
I know you would. It'd be amazing. Be absolutely amazing.
Yep.
All right. Well, there's nothing built in on this thing that I could do, but I think I could probably just throw it in a Docker or something or other. I can get RMTP to Docker, right?
We can figure it out. We need to just pick a day and be like, "Hey, we're gonna do this day."
Yeah, there it is. NGINX RTP Docker image. We
Well,
use created RTMP server for multimedia video streaming. You inject streaming modules from current latest sources. Yeah, I can do it. I've got 6. I mean, it says to run good, you need 4 gigs of RAM. I've got 6 in the server. So as long as I'm not running it all the time, we're good.
mm-hmm.
And then I would just need to run TU and run some port forwarding and get you an IP address to stream to.
Okay.
And then I can push it up to my OBS as a network video source. Yeah, no, I can do it. Or even just open it up in VLC and then have that VLC as a broadcast source. And then it would just be a matter of switching between the two scenes when something's going on.
Yep.
To show between what you're doing, because then you could even set it up like you would be broadcasting live anywhere else. So you could have a webcam overlay and all sorts of fun stuff. And it's just a matter of broadcasting it out to me.
Cool.
We'll figure this out. Let me do some digging on getting this thing set up, because this is going to be, oh boy. Yeah, it should be all right. It should be all right. I mean, it is
Dave,
in Docker Hub, so
we can fully run a podcast from a Chromebook, Dave. We can do this.
I know. I know. Now you will not be able to do this from your Chromebook, by the way.
That's what you think.
Yeah, except OBS doesn't run on. I don't think OBS runs on Chromebooks yet.
No, but if all you need is
I need you to have OBS to broadcast. I need you to be able to broadcast to something. That's the problem.
well, if all you need is an RTMP stream, I could get that from anywhere, right?
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
As long as it's not abusing the protocol, which narrows it down to 2 that I know of that don't.
Yeah, I've got a couple on the Chromebook. I have one on the Shield, Dave. Maybe I'll play on my Shield.
Yeah, it just depends on what it is, because like I said, a lot of those were not optimized for stuff, and I don't have an unlimited amount of RAM for a janky piece of software that someone put half a thought into.
No, it was built by the one on the Shield was built by NVIDIA to stream to YouTube and Twitch.
Yes, I know. And I also know what that does to small RMTP servers. It toasts them because it requires a lot more RAM than OBS does. On the receiving end, because it runs on the Shield, it does none of the processing on its side. It sends the data raw over and requires the processing to be 100% on the receiving side. I can't do that with my server.
I think I think the Shield does onboard.
For its
I'm gonna look into
broadcast?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I remember there was a big hoopla from Twitch because they were pissed off at the NVIDIA Shields to the point where one point they were planning on banning them because they were sending raw data through and not doing any processing to begin with. And it was in violation of their stuff because it was overloading their encoding servers.
Huh.
Because they were having to full encode and not just transcode. There was a big problem for a while, and I don't know if that was fixed or not fixed. It never got banned, so I'm guessing it got fixed somewhere along the line. But I mean, I'm only going to give it 4 gigabytes because I need some for behind because it also runs my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi controller runs through my server. So yeah, we'll have to figure it. Well, we'll do some testing and figure it out. But
Yeah.
I mean, if it'll work, it'll work. But what the hell are you going to be doing? Will you play just on your... Oh, right. You want to play the non-Java Minecraft. Never mind.
No, I can play Java Minecraft on the Shield.
Can you?
Yeah.
How?
GeForce Now.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Have they fixed the latency problems with that?
Well, I mean, mine was great when I was in Grand Rapids because I had a lot stronger connection to the Chicago server. It was a little buggy last time I used it here, but it wasn't terrible.
Because I remember the last time I tried using it, I had a 4-second lag for anything multiplayer. Which is why I instantly stopped paying for it.
Yeah, mine was great. I couldn't do first person shooters, but like survival games like I normally play were fantastic.
Well, yeah, because the latency doesn't matter as much in connecting with other players.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm not saying that it doesn't matter in things that like survival games, but when you're only when you're only dependent on the game itself and not input from others, you can get away with a lot more.
Yeah.
The moment you're trying to
Yeah.
react to what other
It's,
people are doing, suddenly the latency problems exponentially start going further and further and further.
well, that's my trouble with first-person shooters is mostly my brain latency. I can't even play them through a strong connection. No, like on my PC.
Yeah, I'm having a harder and harder time playing them. And like, it's not
Mm-hmm.
completely gone yet, but I can definitely tell that it's going. And I haven't played them in forever.
That's why I stick to open world survival.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot more flying.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Oh, well.
Oh boy, I had a whole stack of stuff I was going to talk about. I just realized we've burned through 40 minutes and I haven't touched any of them yet.
You should know better than to have notes about things to talk about.
Oh, they were leftovers from yesterday too, or last week.
Yesterweek?
And I just completely spaced on them. So yeah, I guess it'll have to wait till next week or never.
Or we start doing twice a week.
I don't think I can handle twice a week right now. I don't think that'll work.
We barely handle once a week.
Pretty much.
Getting the two of us scheduled together with shit going on with our kids and all the stuff we do.
Yup. Yeah, it's and it's gonna get even crazier for me coming up soon. So it's like I don't have time to do my shit, let alone record multiple podcasts in a week. Nah, once a week is still fine.
Yeah.
Before we go though, why does Dr. Pepper come in bottles?
I don't know.
Because his wife died. Just doing my part to make sure that we don't have kids.
Yep.
Shit, Brian.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper is the best soda.
Uh,
You know why it's so good? It's it's not it's not the flavor isn't based on anything. Like colas like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, they're based on cola nut sodas. You know, and like root beer is
yeah.
sassafras root, like cream sodas, like um my brain just quit working. But
Yeah, no,
anyway,
it
Dr. Pepper is an amalgamation of the smell of an old timey soda fountain. Like you would go into a proper soda fountain, it would have all those smells and all those. You know, there was a bunch of flavors just floating in the air because you go in and you had all these different flavors. And Dr. Pepper is the amalgamation of that. It's an approximation of the the smell of a soda fountain.
interesting.
That's why it's 23 flavors. It's the it's all the flavors of a soda fountain.
Huh. Well, that's kind of cool.
Hmm.
Sweet. No,
And I think
it's a good soda. I'm more of a Coke person, but I'm also diets and zero person. But no, I do throw in Dr. Pepper every once in a while to kind of as I kind of move through different stuff depending on moods. I
yeah,
can't drink the same thing for like consistently for a while. I've got to change it up a little bit here and there.
so I mostly drink water and Gatorade, and then I drink like Dr. Pepper is my like, I did a good job today. I'm having a treat.
Yeah. Yep. All right, my friend.
Okay.
I think it is about that time.
Yep.
Hopefully next week. Oh, I know what I can talk about next week. At some point in time today, I'm waiting for FedEx to arrive to try out a couple of different pairs of headphones for myself. So we can talk about which ones I'm keeping and which ones I'm sending back, because that's probably what's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
Got a full close back and a hybrid
Nice.
that I'm testing. Both AKGs. So I got the K371s and the K240s. Both of them are classified by AKG as studio. So
Yeah.
and I know both of them, the connection to the headphone themselves is mini XLR, which I found was very interesting.
Nice.
So, and who knows, I might keep them both and just use them for a couple of different things.
When we talk about that, remind me, I need to look up the home theater system that used XLR for the cable attachment, like for the speakers.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Next week we'll talk about audio stuff.
Yay.
And just to let everybody know, because Brian's taking over for if you watch on YouTube, things are going to look a little different. Because one, we have his new process, and then hopefully for this episode, we got updated little cartoon things of us drawn up. I'm not sure when those are going to be utilized, but they'll be utilized as soon as I get the files for them and everything. So big shout out to Mark. Thank you so much for drawing those for us. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, Mark. Let's
Anyway,
shout you out.
Absolutely.
When you do that, does he have a website? Like, can people purchase such a thing?
No, I don't believe he does at the moment. He's been really busy with his band. He does an Irish band thing.
Okay.
So I know they're finishing up. It's the Mighty McGuigans. They play a lot Findlay, Ohio, here Fort Wayne. They're kind of all over the place. I know for St. Patty's Day, they're doing, I think, 4 shows throughout the day. They're going to be they're doing 3. They're going to be in Findlay. They go from Findlay, Ohio for the afternoon set to the tent at JK's, where they'll play kind of mid-evening, like the earlier evening shows. And then they're going over to Deer Park for, I think, the 11 o'clock show.
Huh.
So, yeah, I guess they just finished up they're finishing up their first studio album. Which, speaking of, I need to get on them because they were supposed to email me to do their website for them, and I was going to do that for broadcast license rights, so I can use their music.
Nice.
I figured that's a perfectly good contract to sign. Is I'll do a website if you give me broadcast rights.
Yep.
Works for me. Anyway, till next week, Brian.
Yep. Later.
Later.